Got a little deja vu action for y'all today. Just got back from a walk. Same as yesterday. Although I probably won't be posting it for maybe a couple days. I don't know. The power's out, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, the topic for today's video, as you saw clearly in the title, today's title I thought about beforehand, very pertinent subject or concept. Atheists are very confused. Extremely confused. It's like, come on. They don't even believe in themselves. Or I guess they do. Because the person that's claiming to be an atheist, they obviously have some sort of faith in that separate egoistic identity, mental identity, an image of themselves. Somebody that's claiming to be an atheist. But that same person that's claiming to be an atheist is clearly not aware of the force that's beating their heart or that's breathing their lungs. Because them, as a separate identity, the atheistic identity is not responsible for the involuntary action of their heart beating and their lungs breathing and their nails growing, their hair growing, and the cosmos, the universe happening around them. So it's such an absurd claim. It just doesn't even, obviously it's not reasonable or logical. And I'm not trying to convince anybody. This is not me coming at anybody in any way. I'm kind of making some fun of it, because it's like, man, how can you even assert such an absurd claim? I'm just trying to spread some awareness of the truth, because a lot of people are very confused. And we want clarity. We don't want confusion. We want to see clearly. We, call it the mark of the beast, is on the opposite end of the spectrum, the vibratory spectrum of the mark of light. Beings of light. Which we all fundamentally are. And just a lot of people aren't aware of it. So yeah, in the last mile of the hike, I thought, I'm like, wow, that's a great topic video. I'm just going to spitball, and whatever wants to come out, I'm going to allow it to come out. And making some light of it, making some fun of it, because, even some family members who might actually see this claim to be atheist. And it just, I have to hold back the laughter. I really do, because sometimes people are so entrenched and invested in negativity or, lower vibrational thinking, that it's baffling to me. And I don't judge them. It's kind of more just like how do you go through life and not, ask questions, and especially about yourself, like, what's causing my heart to beat, and, why am I here? What is my purpose as a being in this world that is so mysterious and wondrous? It's a winter wonderland. It's absolutely astonishing. And to just think, that you're an atheist, that's a recipe for disaster right there. So, anybody watching this who claims to be an atheist, I hope this conveys a little bit of sense to you, at least. It makes a little bit of sense, because, I'm not talking down to you or anything. So I'm certainly not better than you. We're all in this world together. We're all one big family, but some individual pieces of that family happen to be a little bit more self-aware. They see a little bit more clearly, because they've asked questions. Self-inquiry. They're open and receptive to new ideas, to things that might be a paradigm shocker, that might contradict their present beliefs, their ways of thinking and perceiving the world. But when we identify ourselves as a separate mind, then that essentially limits us and constricts us in so many different ways, and we become limited by the notion of time, that the universe is sequential, that there are events, and that thus we identify with the past and some imaginary future that we might be anxious of because it hasn't come yet, and we identify as a separate body or a separate mind, and we don't know what it holds. So, then there's also the bugbear of death, that a lot of people honestly think that they can die. They think that once this physical body, or their mental body has perished, and that's it. That's curtain closed forever. You're done. You're sayonara. That's it. I mean, that's really the bogey. If you think that you can die, then man, that's all there is life, and it's everlasting. It's eternal. This life force is inherent to everything. It's in you, it's in me, it's in everybody, it's in everything. And of course, it's good to be conscious of deaths, because then we are, in a sense, aware of time. And that only is relevant if we have a purpose. Because if we're just drifting and, don't know why we're here, then, which is really and I can say this for everybody, because it's realized knowledge. It's not something that I'm regurgitating. As obviously you can see if you've been following this channel, it's spontaneous. The topics come to me and I make the videos, and some of the short videos were planned, memorized, but the videos lately have just been off the cuff, and all the longer videos are, and I'm just a very open and honest dude, and thus I can say that the purpose for everybody generally is to go within and discover, how do I want to word this? Because most of this video has just been kind of no conscious monitoring, just flowing out. But sometimes you really want to be careful in the words that we use, because they can the people on the receiving end of this, it can conjure up certain concepts and ideas that maybe I'm not trying to stimulate in them. And of course, I'm not in control of that. If they don't perceive the essence in back of the words, and they interpret the words literally, or try to control what I'm saying, and he spoke there and it doesn't add up, he's contradicting this and that, and they try to intellectually analyze it and break it apart and compare it to the other videos, and he must be lying because this doesn't add up, and that's again identifying with the mind. And those kinds of people probably aren't even going to be attracted to this video anyway, because this is a high vibrational video. So but if those people kind of people are watching this video, then I really want to be careful in the language that I use, because it really makes a difference sometimes. But like I said in yesterday's video, oftentimes it's not even so much the words, because the words are symbolic. They point to something beyond themselves. It's not so much the words, but the energy or the light, the power in back of the words. That power that exists within everybody. It's not exclusive to anybody. It's all inclusive. It excludes none. Some just happen to embody more of it. Now, that's a key word, embody. Great word. A lot of disembodied beings in this world, meaning they've drained their life force in petty pleasures and temporary gratifications, fleshly desires, and that's okay. That's their choice. Maybe it wasn't a choice. Maybe it was unconscious. Maybe it was habitual. Maybe it's just something that they are drifting and do day to day without even really, no sense of purpose. Again, that's why purpose is key. Purpose is absolutely fundamental. And going back to what I was saying, looping back, it all comes full circle. Beautiful. About purpose and really wanting to be careful in the language that we use. Now, how do I want to word it? We really want to go within and discover not only why we're here, our individual mission, we could call it, in this world, but more importantly, generally, everybody really wants to go within, and we can call it self-discovery. That's the purpose of this process that we're all a part of. Why we're here. That is the fundamental, essential purpose. To discover our divinity, you could say. But when it is discovered, there's nobody to claim it. Because, again, it's like the person claiming they're an atheist. You realize that everything else is it too. So there's no separate divine entity. They're an individual expression of the one divinity. Anyways, I could probably flow a lot more, but I think that pretty much covered it. I hope it was easy for you to follow. Just, giving you a little bit of peace of my mind. Love y'all. I really do. From the bottom of my heart. That's why I make these videos. It's for you. It's not because I'm trying to prove anything. It's not because I'm, look what I can do. That's great as far as setting an example for other people who may, have doubts or may not have a lot of confidence in themselves. It serves as an example for those people. Certainly not trying to prove anything. Because at this point, I already know I can, make videos. And so it really is for you guys. And that's my purpose. That's why I'm here. To give, to spread light, and to live this joyous life in the present moment.